Hello, welcome to episode number 510 of the TEW Challenge Run. This is going to be ECW for week 2 of April, the ECW after WrestleMania. You know, we've got a new era of the brand here tonight. We've got a new ECW World Champion in main event, Jey Uso. We've got a new ECW Women's Champion in Florence. And, yeah, Roman Reigns. We haven't seen Paul Heyman either since WrestleMania, which is weird, so who knows what's going on there. New television champion, the God, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander still the ECW Tag Team Champions. And yeah, a whole lot more to go on to tonight, so let's start the build to ECW's next pay-per-view, which will be One Night Stand, taking place at the Hammerstein Ballroom on week 3 of May, so we've got 6 weeks of build to that. So yeah, so Raw's is on week 4 of April, SmackDown's is on week 1 of May, and ECW's is on week 3 of May. Yeah, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into this ECW after WrestleMania show. Triple H comes down to the ring. He opens up the show. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of ECW after WrestleMania." Now, it's not normally like me to come to the ring on ECW of all places. Normally I let this show just, run by itself. Heyman, as much as he may be a carny and a liar and a scumbag, he knows what makes ECW tick. But here's the thing. Nobody has seen Paul, or even Roman Reigns for that matter, since WrestleMania, and they're not here tonight, which means there's nobody here to run the show. But however, I've given Heyman a week. If he's not here next week, I will install a new ECW general manager. But now's the time for me to usher in this new era of ECW, and I can't think of a better way to do that than by welcoming the new ECW World Champions here. First, give it up for your new ECW Women's Champion, the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Florence. Out she comes. Yes, and the crowd's all going, yeet, 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 yeet. The new ECW World Champion, main event, Jey Uso. Out he comes. Crowd's going wild. They're bobbing up and down with Jey, the belt around his waist. And he goes, yeet. And the crowd goes, yeet back. And he goes, yeet. The crowd goes, yeet back. And he goes, yeet. And Florence is like, yeet. He sort of looks across her, dabs her up, and he goes, "Hey, welcome, spirits are high here tonight. It's the first episode of ECW after WrestleMania 40. And it's the first episode of ECW in the main event, Jey Uso era." Crowd, big pop. It's like, oh, and mine, and the Florence era. Big pop. So, I hear Triple H here, got a lot left on our shoulders. Apparently we got no GM here tonight, but it's all good by me, Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye right now anyway. So tonight, we call the shots. And tonight, the champ's laying down the gauntlet. I don't know where Roman Reigns is. I don't know where Jimmy is. But I don't give a damn, because I got them bloodline finally out of my hair. And tonight is our night. Tonight is the people's night. Tonight is about celebration and ushering in the new era of the new top guy here on this brand, the new head of this family, the new, dare I say, tribal chief. They're interrupted by Ichiban, of all people. They come to the ring, and Shinsuke's like, "Congratulations, Jey. Becoming champion is impressive. Keeping that title is more impressive." And Jey goes, "Hey, what you talking about here, Shin? You're coming out here. Figured you're going to be the first person to call the shot at my championship. Well, I welcome the challenge that you're bringing on, Oos." And then Florence all steps up, and we see Yoko is obviously in there. She goes, "Oh, look at you, gone crawling back to your Ichiban friends. What, because, Julia couldn't get the job done? You thought you'd be standing here side by side with the ECW Women's Champion at the WrestleMania 40. But tell me what. Go home and tell Julia this, From the bottom of my heart, I do respect everything she did as this champion. I do respect the fight that she bought at WrestleMania. But this is my era now. And if you keep looking at me like that, you're going to be the first victim of my era. And Triple H is still in the ring. Like, hey, I'm seeing a solution here tonight. In tonight's main event, we're going to put the new ECW World Champion and the new ECW Women's Champion to the test, as Jey Uso will team with Florence to take on Shinsuke Nakamura and Yoko Uehara of Ichiban. So yeah, there's our main event. Our new champs. It's a very similar opening segment to Raw, except instead of two main eventers, it's the two champions. But yeah, that's our mixed tag team main event. Oh, okay. 85 rated opening match. I don't know what happened, but she was getting like 70s before WrestleMania. But I guess one win at WrestleMania, now she's scoring an 88. Okay, nice. But she does defeat Killer Kelly 13-15 with the Tamashii. 88 for Shida, of course, 66 for Killer Kelly. Shida fresh off a win over her former best friend Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, putting their issues to bed. Or so we think, because after the match, Liv Morgan rushes back out of a kendo stick and she continues to wail on Shida. Beating her up. Going to hit her with Oblivion. Shida rolls away. And then Liv goes back and goes, Shida, you thought I was going to sit back and take that defeat and I wasn't going to respond? I'm glad you got that win at WrestleMania. Because now, bitch, I know what I need to do to get my win back and to get my revenge. So thank you. Thank you for opening my eyes and thank you for opening up my mind. Because we're far from done. You better be praying when you go to bed at night that you get separated from me in the draft. Because if you don't, well, nothing will separate me from you and I'll take you down to hell. Watch me. And then get a quick sit down with Jimmy. Well, not a sit down. He just sat backstage. He's looking around the Bloodline locker room. Roman's not around, him is not around. It's just him. Just sat alone in the Bloodline locker room. He goes, hey, it's been a while since I've been in Heroes, but I figured with Roman and Paul Heyman out of the way, I could get comfortable in Heroes. Because you see, I may not want to be a part of the Bloodline. Roman may not want me to be a part of the Bloodline, but I want the one who lost that match at WrestleMania, Ruca. It was you. So, Jay, congratulations. It does warm my heart seeing my twin brother holding that ECW World Championship, because part of me sees myself lifting up that ECW Championship. But that's only part of me. Jay, Roman may be out of the picture now, but I'm still here. Your brother's still here. Your shadow is still here, Oos. So if you want to prove that you are the man, that you deserve everything, and I'll give up this life of luxury that I have earned by not being a loser like Roman Reigns, then how about next week? Jimmy and Jay, yeet, no yeet, for that ECW Championship. So yeah, Jimmy laying the gauntlet down for a singles match for the ECW Championship next week. I have to, and you have to, take any perceived conceptions about how this match might go out of your brain, because in this universe we haven't seen it, so we don't know. But so don't let that eat away at your head as this match is announced. Just blank slate. We've never seen the Usos one-on-one before in this world, and yeah, ECW World Championship on the line next week. Jimmy and Jay. Week before the draft, in fact. The God makes his way out to the ring. White smoke rising, descending from the heavens as our new television champion. Crowd shouting, you deserve it, you deserve it. Because, this week, the week after WrestleMania marks my 3rd year as a part of the WWE roster. And in that time, I've been a tag team champion. But other than that, I've always been with somebody else. I've always been the follower. I've always done what other people told me to do. But after hearing the support from you people and me putting my heart and soul on the line every time I stepped into this ring, it led to me to realize that I need to be in charge of my own fate. For lack of a better term, I need to become my own omnipotent power in life and have the decisions of where my career is going to go. I couldn't sit back and let Adam Cole or Roderick Strong or anybody else tell me where and what I can and can't do, and I certainly aren't going to let ZSJ do that. Now, Zach, he was champion for nearly 5 months. One hell of a reign. He beat basically every single person he stepped into the ring with, from Braun Strowman to Cesaro to Dudley Davis to Buddy Murphy. But he ain't beating the God. And the God stands here tonight as your television champion. And if anybody back there wants to take the fight to God, then so be it. Out come the Paragon. Adam Cole, JC Jane, the Fritz brothers, Bobby Roode. And that's it. Just those guys. And, they're all dressed up in, like, suits. They've got, like, name tags on and shit. And he comes to the ring. Oh, Kyle. Oh, sorry, buddy. I almost didn't see you there. You see, WrestleMania, I hear you won the television championship, and now I see it with my own eyes. I couldn't believe that Kyle O'Reilly could win a match at WrestleMania. That seems beyond him. And Kyle goes, Adam, didn't I beat you at WrestleMania? He goes, that's besides the point, Kyle. We're changed since then. We're both changed men. Since then, I see you standing around here wearing all white, looking like a jackass. Whereas I've become even greater than I have been before. You see, this is a big day for everybody here in the Paragon, not just for me and JC and the Fritzes and Bobby. And I think that's everybody. I can't think of anybody else we're missing. But anyway, today's a big day because today is Dolph Ziggler's first day. Okay? I know everyone's nervous, remember you spoke about 3 years ago, me and you coming up together as part of the Undisputed Era. That was our first night. We were nervous before we hit that ring. But tonight's Dolph Ziggler's first day for the rest of his career, and he's going to be so nervous. So I want you to stand around here, and I want you to give him a big warm welcome to the newest member of the Paragon, Dolph Ziggler. Out comes Dolph. And he has the Paragon shirt on. He has the white the white bandana on. And he gets into the ring and he's just looking uninterested. He goes, come on, Dolph, don't be shy. Come meet your new stablemates. Come meet your new friends, I'm Adam. Cole, baby. No, actually, no, he doesn't say. He would address himself as, my name's Bebe. Adam Cole, Bebe. And these are the rest of the Paragon. This is JC and David and Kevin and your old friend Bobby. And Ziggler sort of goes, what are you doing, Adam? Like, this is unnecessary. I know who all these people are. I've been in your hair for the last 3 months. And Adam Cole goes, oh, nonsense, Dolph. The Paragon you used to know, that's old. The Dolph Ziggler we used to know, that's old. We're together now. We're friends. We're best of friends, After I beat you at WrestleMania and prove that I can put you down at any time, we're the best of friends. Now, tonight is a big night for the Paragon. It's your first night, Dolph, and I want you to take a seat at ringside with the rest of us as we are going to prove that the Paragon can win championship gold in an instant. Because Bobby here is about to destroy my old friend Kyle and take that television championship from him. And Kyle was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm defending the belt right now then. So yeah, then we get Bobby Roode against Kyle O'Reilly, impromptu match for the television championship. Of course, it gets a 95. The God's first title defense gets a 95. And yeah, he beats Bobby Roode with a brainbuster because Dolph Ziggler accidentally hits Bobby Roode with a super kick after him and Adam Cole are arguing at ringside. And then Kyle O'Reilly pins him with the brainbuster to retain the belt. 77 for Bobby Roode, 93 for Kyle O'Reilly. After the match, Adam Cole gets into the ring. He's still arguing with Ziggler. Ziggler's there. And then, as Adam Cole turns around, Ziggler goes to, wind up for a super kick. And then Adam Cole turns back around and sees his foot like halfway up in the air. And he goes, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you think you're doing, Dolph? Okay, you can't lay your hands on me, okay? You can't lay me out with that super kick. Because I'm your boss now, I'm your leader. You gotta do as I say, Dolph. And to that I say, you've gotta step back and watch what happens when you disappoint the Paragon. And then he's jumped from behind by Cesaro. There he is, conspicuous by his absence, the man who was the reason why Adam Cole won at WrestleMania. Cesaro grabs Dolph Ziggler, he starts hitting uppercuts on him, hits him with the neutralizer. Then Adam Cole, he puts his hand down, he picks up Dolph Ziggler, he helps him to his feet, and he just gives him a hug, and he goes, see there, let that be a lesson of how things are done around here. Okay, you let us down, and that'll be your future. He sort of turns to Bobby Roode as well, and he goes, understood? Bobby Roode's like, well, yeah. But I would have won if it wasn't for that piece of shit, interfering. And Adam Cole goes, understood, Bobby. And he says, yes, Adam. Then get backstage, Mackenzie Mitchell is with Cora Jade. She goes, Cora, I hear you requested this time tonight to speak your mind. She goes, yeah, I did, Mackenzie, do you know how painful it is to be Cora Jade over the last 2 days? Okay, I know you've all saw the video all over social media, Damage Control for Life, Bayley and Dakota Kai, hey, those were the two who were ripping each other's heads off. Mackenzie, though the reason why Damage Control isn't actually for life and is actually a thing of the past is because of Bayley and because of Dakota Kai. I didn't have anything to do with that. I wasn't even around when Bayley did that, okay? I just came back because they were ripping each other's heads off and I wanted to let them know who really was in control. But apparently it's not me because I don't stand here as a women's world champion. Okay, well, good for them. Okay, good for Dakota and good for Bayley for manipulating their way to the top. But that's not how I do it, okay? I'm going to stay real to myself. So, spite is a hell of a motivator, Mackenzie, Well, one of the reasons I would love to get to the top of WWE is for myself to prove that I am the best, but a better reason to get to the top is to prove that everyone who doubted me, that they were wrong and they can shove it for doubting me. And two of my biggest doubters now sit atop this women's division here in WWE. But rest assured, Mackenzie, whether it's here, or SmackDown, or Raw, once this draft is done, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to let Dakota and Bayley be in control. Because I am. They brought me in to this company, and I'm going to be the one to take them out, whoever it may be. So they better be praying I don't end up on the same show as either one of them following this draft. Because I'm now the one with nothing to lose. Quick match. The debuting Kim McQueen, who is Camille. She makes her debut here on ECW. She defeats two local girls in a handicap match in 3:15 with a spear, apparently. 54 for Kim, 39 for Leona, and a 14 for Erica. Her new gimmick gets very good, that's good. She's off to a flying start. Okay, 54 for her debut match is actually really good. It's not like Pac good, but she's got like 50 odd pops, so she's performing like the same as her pop. But yeah, a big win for the debuting Kim McQueen here tonight. She's looking to put the ECW women's division on notice. Then see Triple H backstage. He's leaving. And CSJ walks up and goes, "Oi, dickhead." And Triple H goes, for your sake, I sure hope you're not talking to me. And he goes, "Yeah, I am, you. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. What's going on out here, okay? Why is that idiot, robes, hair, beard, defending my championship against somebody who's not me on this show, okay? I've put that championship on the map, okay? You say you're all about the man making the title. I made that championship the most important championship here on ECW, and I don't even get a shot to get it back because Adam Cole interrupted the segment and Bobby Roode demanded a title shot. That's not how this works. Well, first of all, I don't appreciate the tone when you're speaking to your boss, and second of all, if you want a rematch against Kyle, I hear that next week Jimmy and Jay, they're facing off for the ECW World Championship. So why would we make it 2 championship matches? Why would we make it next week? You and Kyle in a WrestleMania rematch for the television championship. Then he goes to walk off, he turns back around, he goes, and by the way, when you're speaking to me, it's Mr. Dickhead. And he walks off, and he goes, Mr. Dickhead. Nah, I think just Dickhead will be alright, mate. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly's ZSJ rematch next week. I'm getting all of the big matches out of the way before the draft. You know, like, even if I know who isn't leaving the brands after the draft, in kayfabe we wouldn't know that. So, like, we're doing all the matches before the draft as, like, just in case ZSJ needs to get his rematch before going away in the draft, for example. He's had it then. But, like, if he got drafted away without getting it, then he would still have that rematch that he didn't cash it. And so that's why that and Jimmy and Jay are both happening next week. Not that Jimmy's got a legitimate claim for the championship. He had a slightly valid one. And Jay sort of, I guess, accepted it. So Matt Cardona, Kurt Hawkins come out. Because WrestleMania 40 was supposed to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time, and if you ask anybody else in this company, it was. But I disagree. I think it was a disgrace of a show, because the indie god, the king of extreme, was embarrassed in Philadelphia. A bunch of ECW has-beens who I've already proved that I'm better than, okay, came out here, and I had to gang up on myself and on Kurt in order to help those damn washed Dudley boys pick up the victory. Including, you know, these guys who call themselves the new breed, you know, because they were born from the ball sacks of ECW has-beens. They think they're entitled to spots on this roster. No, you gotta earn spots on this roster. So why don't one of you come out here right now, and Kurt Hawkins will put you in your place and show you who the real new breed of extreme is. Out they come. Hook. He's throwing us down to the ring. He's the one taking on Kurt Hawkins in this match here tonight. His gimmick gets a great. So yeah, and then the match gets a 44. Kurt Hawkins is made of quick work, and Hook picks up a quick win. This is a weird episode of ECW because 2 of the matches on the show being, you know, the Kim McQueen debut and the Hook debut have both been squash matches. So, like, I had to give extra time to the main event and to Bobby Roode and ZSJ. Not Kyle O'Reilly, even. But yeah, Hook, he picks up a win in his debut here. He submits Kurt Hawkins with the red rum. 40 for Hook, 52 for Kurt. We then see a segment. It's from, I guess it would have been Monday, actually. It's from inside Lincoln Financial Field. You see the WrestleMania stage being taken down in the background. And then, of course, there, sat in the stands, are Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. I go, wow, look at it. Look at all this land, you know. 24 hours ago, this place was packed with screaming wrestling fans who were looking to see the greatest event in this industry. Do you know who walked into that event champion, Cedric? Us. Because we didn't sit back and we took what was ours. And we called out 3 of the best tag teams on this entire brand, and we put them down on the grandest stage of them all. And we stand here still, ECW tag team champions, and now we revel in our success. But mind you, Cedric, we can't get too in over our heads. Because as successful as WrestleMania was for us, successful as the last few months have been for us, it's only going to get more difficult from here, because coming up we have this draft. And while we may have made quick work of the top teams on this brand at WrestleMania, the top teams on this brand could look an entirely whole lot different in 2 weeks' time, Cedric. So we've got to maintain that we stay on top of our game and we'll take this scenery in. Do you want to be here next year, Cedric, or do you want to be back in catering? If you want to experience this once again next year, we need to keep our focus on these. We need to stay on top of our game and prove that we are the heart and the soul of this division. Now let's go out there and prove that we are just that. Then Ali gets up and leaves, and Cedric sort of ponders the scene for another, like, couple of seconds while he gets up and follows Ali out. We then see Dolph Ziggler. You know, he's in his locker room. Like, he's taken his white Paragon headband off, put it in his bag. He takes the Paragon shirt off, he just holds it in his hand, sort of like shakes his head and looks down at it. When Adam Cole sort of sees him in the background and walks up to him, he goes, "What's the matter, Dolph?" See, look at it, you know. White, it's your colour, Dolph. Like, at least we're not making you wear, you know, tacky black shirts. You know, who'd ever walk around here with a group of misfits wearing black t-shirts? Huh? Anyway, Dolph, tonight, it's fine. Tonight's your first day. There's gonna be some bumps in the road as we get this whole thing ironed out. But trust me, Dolph, I hope that you're not doing what I think you're doing, and I hope you're not trying to fight this. Because there's a reason why we chose you. There's a reason why I came to you before WrestleMania and said you would be the fit for Paragon. Me and you have been paralleled a lot. You and I are a lot alike. Both of us have been compared to the same legends of the past of this industry. So why have we got to fight? Why have we got to keep butting heads? Together we're stronger, Dolph. I just hope you'll see that. Cesaro sure saw it. I know you don't like Bobby, but up until now he saw it. Come on. He sort of just pats him on the back and walks out. And Ziggler's just like, go away. Next week, it's the show before the draft, and like I said, we've got two big championship matches on that show. The first being the ECW Television Championship rematch, as the God, Kyle O'Reilly, defends against the former champion ZSJ, and main event Jey Uso makes the first defense of his ECW World Championship against his twin brother Jimmy in the main event of next week's show. 86, that's fine, we take that. Yeah, the babyface new champions team do pick up the win. Florence and Jay defeat Shinsuke and Yoko. Jay pins Shinsuke with a super kick. 94 for Jay, 86 for Florence, 74 for Yoko, 76 for Shinsuke. And yeah, they're celebrating. They're both yeeting together. You know, even Florence is joining in on the yeeting when a man in a hood runs into the ring and he clotheslines the shit out of Jey Uso. And Florence, you know, she's watching on, but she can't really attack this man. So she sort of just has to rush to the back and sort of like get security or some shit. As this man, you know, clotheslines the fuck out of Jey Uso again. He then grabs him, hits him with a power bomb, picks him up, hits him with another power bomb, picks him up, hits him with a third power bomb. As the crowd boos the fuck out of this man. And then, you know, he pulls his hood down. If you haven't worked out who he is from the 3 power bombs, the confirmation is then that it is Warden. Warden has laid out Jey Uso. He stands over here, he picks up the ECW championship, he sort of looks at it. He sort of leans into Jay's face. He goes, This is mine. This is mine. It's your fault that this isn't mine. And I'm gonna be the reason it's no longer yours. Slams him back down to the mat. He sort of just storms out to win the show. I imagine security guards have probably come out at this point, and he's just like barged through them all on his way to the back. And yeah, that's how the ECW goes off the air. 91. That's a good episode of ECW. Yeah, what matters more than what you thought of the show. For like after WrestleMania shows, a little bit quieter, but we did get 2 debuts. We got a lot of movement in, you know, the new story with the Paragon. The Paragon have been a stable that like I've always wanted to do more with, and they've always been like on the cusp of being big pushed. And I say this now, this will be their year. Like with the Bloodline on hiatus on ECW, this is basically going to become their show. That's fine. But yeah. No show after ECW like there is. I did get multiple challenges to do like WWE Speed or some shit, so that will probably become the show after ECW that airs, like going forward. But I'm not quite ready to launch that yet, so yeah, I guess this is the end. I'll see you next time for SmackDown, where Dakota Kai, reigns as the new Women's World Champion, Swerve Scott still the World Heavyweight Champion, and a whole lot more. See you then.